Dear members of the UBC community, the COVID-19 crisis has created a challenge that none of us could imagine even several weeks ago. There are many issues that we are all currently dealing with as a university, as a region, as a nation, and as a world. I wanted to reach out to you at this time to connect with you as we navigate this situation together as a UBC community. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your efforts during this extraordinary and rapidly evolving situation. I am personally grateful for your commitment to UBC, to each other, and to your families. I'd especially like to thank those faculty and staff who, because of the nature of their work, are required to stay on campus to service the university community. I've heard from many of you and know that this is a stressful situation. I encourage all of you to look after yourselves and to be mindful of the well-being of others as we navigate these uncharted waters. This is a time where we must come together as a caring and empathetic community. Please be assured that I have asked everyone in leadership positions to focus on empathy, compassion, and flexibility during this difficult time as we consider decisions moving forward. The situation with regard to COVID-19 is rapidly evolving, and we will continue to update you as we get new information. Conversations are occurring at many different levels, including with the federal and provincial government, the executive, the deans, academic leadership, and the chair of the board of governors, to ensure that we are thoughtful about our approaches to the many issues that arise from this situation. I know that there are many unanswered questions and new ones that will arise in the future. We are actively considering these issues and will endeavor to communicate decisions as they are made, following consultation with appropriate provincial and federal government officials. You can find the latest information and resources at covid19.ubc.ca. Moving forward, I will also be communicating with all stakeholders on a regular basis via this video format, as well as in written communications. UBC is comprised of extraordinary individuals, a community of faculty, staff, and students. I have absolute confidence that working together, we will meet the challenges that we face. Thank you, and best wishes. First of all, I want you to know that I've been thinking about you over this past week, often. I know that UBC, like the whole world, has been under tremendous stress during these challenging times. And I hope that you and your loved ones are well and that you are staying safe. Last week, I promised to talk to you on a regular basis regarding UBC's response to COVID-19. Since my last communication, we've seen several developments, and I want to share them with you. First, we made the difficult but necessary decision to postpone in-person spring graduation ceremonies. We will come together online to celebrate at that time, as I know that some students will not be able to join us back on campus when it is safe to hold an in-person graduation ceremony. All graduates will receive their degrees in the mail. This is important since many of our graduates will need their diploma for a job or a next degree. Now, I know how important graduation is to our students, to their families, and also to our faculty. It's also a highlight of the year for me. UBC is therefore fully committed to holding an in-person graduation ceremony for the class of 2020, when safe to do so. A ceremony that has all of the elements of a traditional graduation ceremony. You deserve it. The class of 2020 has earned their degree, and we will celebrate their achievements as is tradition. We also announced that final examinations and assessments will not take place in person, allowing undergraduate, international, and domestic students to return home at their own discretion. Students have been informed directly of their particular program's approaches to grading, exams, and academic accommodations. We also announced this week that Term 1 of summer session will be online across both campuses, including the summer session for Vantage 1, Arts, Science, and Engineering programs. For classes that can't be accommodated online, we will be issuing further information through your faculties. Planning is also underway for the possibility that Term 2 of summer session may also need to go online. We'll update you on that as soon as possible. For current students, Enrollment Services has established a call center so that undergraduate students can continue to access their Enrollment Services advisor. For prospective students, we are honored with your interest in joining UBC, and we will be working with you to answer any questions that you might have. Please refer to you.ubc.ca for more information. Now, we've heard from our year-round and summer student residents about questions about their rent moving forward. Let me be absolutely clear. Student housing is following all directives from the province, and those student residents will not see any rent increase in May. We'll let our year-round and summer student residents know the details as soon as we can. I am proud to say that the UBC community is more than stepping up to the COVID-19 challenge. Our medical and nursing students are helping out in local healthcare facilities across the province. Our researchers are working on crucial COVID-related research. Our faculty are adjusting their courses to online. Our students, faculty, and staff are practicing physical distancing while caring for others. We are stepping up even as we are stepping away from each other. You see, I agree completely with a UBC professor who wrote to me last evening to say, it's miraculous what UBC's faculty, staff, and students have accomplished over the past few weeks. I am so proud to be part of UBC. I'm even prouder. Thank you again for your patience, your understanding, and your empathy for each other. Together we will get through this. please go to our websites, ubc.ca and ok.ubc.ca for the latest information. Best wishes, and stay safe. I hope that you and your loved ones are well and that you are staying safe. First, I'd like to share some good news. A few UBC faculty members, postdoctoral fellows, and graduate students were caught in a travel ban in Peru. At least one faculty member and one graduate student are now home, thanks to government officials. We expect the others home safely as well. Earlier this week, we announced an extension to on-campus research curtailment and remote work arrangements for faculty, staff, graduate students, postdoctoral fellows, and student employees until the end of April. We will reassess at that time in conjunction with our government and healthcare partners. Thanks to all of you for continuing to work from home and for respecting the research curtailment. I know that it's a challenge for everyone. We all look forward to getting our work and research back on track when it's safe. Many students have asked me about financial help during what we know is a very challenging time for them. To you, I understand your concerns, and I can assure you that financial help from UBC is available to both domestic and international students in need. Just yesterday, the province announced new emergency financial assistance as well, for which we are very grateful. To help respond to the increased demand for financial aid, this week we launched the Student Emergency Appeal. The funds are available year-round for those who require temporary financial relief. If you are a student in need, please contact your Enrollment Services Advisor for help. You can also find information at the website students.ubc.ca. If you are an international student, you can email isa@students.ubc.ca with any questions. Please include your student number so we can give you the most accurate information for your situation. Believe me, you are not alone. We are here for you to help. Now, many alumni and friends have asked us how they might support our students in need. Indeed, several people have already given to support our students, and we are grateful. If you would like to support the Student Emergency Fund, you can do so at support.ubc.ca. I've also heard from international students with questions about staying in Canada, travel restrictions, and their ability to complete their studies and work in Canada. The answers to those important questions can be found at students.ubc.ca. Now, in my last update, I mentioned how proud I was of the UBC researchers, faculty, staff, and students who are stepping up to help others at this time. This week, I'd like to share some more stories of how the UBC community is already helping. Many UBC researchers are working on critical COVID-19 research. For example, one group is focused on accelerating the development, testing, and implementation of measures to deal with the COVID-19 outbreak. Another group is working on developing and implementing measures to rapidly detect, neutralize, manage, and reduce the transmission of COVID-19. This research at UBC is already bearing fruit. An international team led by UBC's Dr. Josef Penninger found that a phase 3 clinical trial drug that effectively blocks the cellular door that the virus that causes COVID-19 uses to infect its hosts. This breakthrough publication is in the journal Cell, and it's already online. As Dr. Penninger has said, there is now hope for this horrible outbreak. To Dr. Penninger and his team, and to all UBC researchers and students working to find answers to these global challenges, my heartfelt thanks. Other UBC faculty are reaching out to the community with a series of webinars. The first one, How Can We Reduce COVID-19 Anxiety, took place earlier this week. You can still see it at alumni.ubc.ca. Thank you to all of those who organized and took part in this first webinar. I'd also like to thank the many UBC faculty and emeriti faculty who have provided expert commentary to the media, helping the public separate fact from fiction, expanding public knowledge, which is the key to safety and security as we move forward. Now, you've heard it said many times before, these are truly unprecedented times. For many members of the UBC community, teaching and learning online can bring new challenges and, yes, frustrations. I want to urge everyone participating in online courses to do so respectfully. Please be kind and calm as we make this tremendous transition. Please go to our website, ubc.ca and ok.ubc.ca for the latest information that you need about UBC's response to COVID-19. It's updated regularly. Thank you for your patience, your understanding, your kindness, and your empathy. Together we will get through this. I hope that you and your loved ones are well and that you are safe and physically distancing. Before I begin, I'd like to wish all of our students, both at UBC Okanagan and UBC Vancouver, all the best of luck in your final exams. Now, I have a few items to update you on today. As always, you can find the latest information on the UBC website as well. First, I've emailed our international students because they've been contacting me to provide them with information about supports from UBC during this time. To them, and indeed to all students, you have my assurance that we are doing all that we can to help you. Second, short-term parking and parking permit fees have been waived for the Okanagan and Vancouver campuses until April 30th. Now, I want to thank the UBC community for joining me earlier this week for a 2.5-hour conversation about COVID-19 at an extraordinary session of the Vancouver Senate. This first virtual Senate meeting in the university's history was very successful. Despite the serious nature of the conversation, I really appreciated the collaborative spirit during the dialogue, and I look forward to having a similar dialogue for the UBC Okanagan community soon. We are helping our community where we can, and our community is in turn helping others. Just last week, I shared some stories about what UBC biomedical researchers are doing to combat COVID-19. But UBC faculty members in many other fields are also doing COVID-19 related research. These researchers come from departments, faculties, and schools on both campuses. For example, Guy Dumont from the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department and his team are using feedback to maximize population recovery rates while respecting healthcare capacity. Their research will have implications on how we recover from the present crisis and return to normality. Our students are also doing their bit. Nursing students have started a volunteer effort to help practicing nurses and doctors stay on the front lines by running basic errands, including grocery shopping and pet care. Law students working at the Indigenous Community Legal Clinic in the downtown East Side are continuing their vital work by phone. Of course, there are many more stories like this, and I'll have more for you in the weeks ahead. The care our community is showing is particularly inspiring as we look to Easter, Passover, Vesaki, and later this month, Ramadan. It goes without saying that we have never experienced these important holidays under such circumstances. For some of us accustomed to spending these holidays with family or friends, it will be a strange time. I know it can also be difficult. The past month has brought many restrictions, many challenges. It's made harder by not knowing when it will end and how our current reality will shape our futures. But like many of you, I draw comfort from the changing of the seasons, the welcome warmth in the air, and the spring flowers now blooming. These are simple pleasures to enjoy responsibly in challenging times. As Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth said in her address this week, we will succeed. And that success will belong to every one of us. We should take comfort that while we may have more still to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again.